Welcome to Archer classes, and today the continuation of the electric current, that is the electric circuit. Electric circuit, one of the important part of the electric current. What is circuit? That means we have electricity, but that electricity need a complete path in order to flow it. In order to operate, in order to use the electric current, we need a complete pathway in order such that it can flow through a particular regulations. That means if the electricity flow, that is not enough, but with a particular regulation electricity should flow, that so that we can control the flow of electricity. It should be under our control, and for that we prepared a complete pathway for the flow of electric current, and that pathway, a complete pathway for the flow of electric current is said to be the electric circuit. So if we need to write the definition of the electric circuit, that will be the definition: a complete pathway. What will be? A complete pathway for the flow of electric current. For the flow of electric current is called electric circuit. Obviously we understood it, electric circuit. Okay, electric circuit. So if we through a diagram, if we go, so certain elements are needed in order to complete an electric circuit. So what are the elements? We will talk later. So suppose we have the bulb is here, a bulb, a wire is to be required, then the source of current, battery, a switch. So at least these things are required in order to prepare an electrical circuit. So these are the least essential, only not these things are needed. So again fuse are needed here, fuse, we can say it fuse. Then resistors are needed, resistors are needed. Then other devices are needed, other devices are too needed. So at least these things are needed in order to complete an electrical circuit, in order to form an electrical circuit. So what are the things needed? These are called the elements. We have the elements. So the objects required in order to form an electrical circuit are said to be the element of an electrical circuit. And what are the basic elements of an electrical circuit? So that are, first one is an electrical device. So it is not essential we will have to take the bulb, we can take any of the electrical devices. So first of all, an electrical device. Now the connecting wire, electrical wire. So electrical wire of the proper rating, okay, we will talk it about later. So electrical wire. Then a source of electricity, and the source of electricity, that can be the battery, the electrical mains, and anything. So from where we can get electricity. So source of electricity, a switch in order to regulate, in order to make it so that the electricity can flow, and when the electricity will flow or not flow, we can regulate it if we have a switch, so by turning it on and off. And again we have the fuse, so that will limit the flow of electric current, and again resistors, that will help to flow the current in a circuit smoothly. So these are the elements of an electrical circuit. So if you have been told what do you mean by the elements of electrical circuit, so those things which are required, essential in order to form an electrical circuit, are said to be the elements of an electrical circuit. And you can put the name of an electrical device, a wire, a battery, or the source of electric current, a switch, a fuse, resistors. These are the elements of electrical circuit. So after that we are going to the types of the electrical circuit. So we have the two types. One is the open and other is the closed. Open circuit and other is the closed circuit. Closed circuit. Open circuit. Open circuit. When each and every component of the circuit are not in contact with each other. Okay, so you will ask, sir, is this possible? Each and every component of the electrical circuit are not in contact with each other. So near about each and every component remain in contact with each other except switch. When we turn on the switch, each and every component of the circuit get connected to each other, and when we turn off the switch, so this portion means it remain disconnected. Some portion of it remain disconnected. So whenever switch is off, that means when each and every component of the circuit are not in contact with each other, or the electricity is not flowing through the circuit, so under that situation it should be the open circuit. So what are the criteria, what are the things, means what we told here? So first thing, that is each and every component will be not in contact with each other, electricity will not flow through the circuit, so that situation is said to be the open circuit, and other is the closed circuit. So when each and every, that means in this situation switch will remain turned off. So if it is the off, switch is turned off, that means it is the open circuit. Open circuit, that means each and every component are not in contact with each other. Okay, so next one is closed circuit. When each and every component of the circuit are in contact with each other, electricity is flowing through the circuit, so under that situation it will be said to be the closed circuit. Again repeating, each and every component are in contact, electricity is flowing through the circuit, so that situation is said to be the, under that situation it is said to be a closed circuit. So in order to have a closed circuit, every component should be in contact with each other, electricity must flow through it, and switch must be turned on. So that is the closed circuit. Closed circuit. So if we need to give the difference between the open circuit and the closed circuit, the first of all, the first definition, whatever the characteristic we have told about the open circuit, whatever the discussion we have made about the open circuit and the closed circuit, we will use that point to do our difference. So first point, electricity. First point, switch remain turned off, switch remain turned on. This one, each and every component in open circuit, each and every component are not connected with each other, and in closed circuit each and every component remain connected to each other. And now means last point will be the difference. So first one is switch is turned off, switch is turned on. Second one, every component is not connected to each other, and means in closed circuit every component will remain connected to each other. Next one is, and last one is, electricity, means in open circuit electricity is not flowing, electricity will not flow, and electricity flows through the circuit. So that is the difference between the open circuit and the closed circuit. So after this one we are coming to the circuit in series and the circuit in parallel. We are going to do circuit in series and circuit in parallel. So come, first is circuit in series. Circuit in series. Whenever two or more components, whenever the large number of components or large number of loads are connected. First one, we have a load, we have a word load, and we can use here appliances. Okay, load, that means what? Appliances. So every appliances, every electrical appliances have been given a term load. Okay, so circuit in series. First one, circuit in series. So whenever each and every component, sorry, not each and every component, whenever all the given appliances are connected in a single circuit, having the single phase, single terminal, single between the same potential difference. So suppose we have an appliances and we have connected it here. We have again appliances connected 1, 2, again connected it here 3, again connected here 4, again connected here 5. So we have the 5 appliances and we have connected that 5 appliances in a single circuit. So whenever all the appliances are connected in a single circuit using the क्या हो जाएगा same term between the same terminals, so that circuit is said to be the circuit in series. Understood? That means for a large number of appliances we do not have a separate circuit for each and every appliances. So we have connected all the appliances in a circuit, in a single circuit. So whenever a large number of appliances or 2 or more appliances are connected in a single circuit, so then that is said to be the circuit in series. There are certain advantage and the certain disadvantage of circuit in series. The first advantage, first advantage, that whenever all the appliances are connected in a single circuit, so they do not require a separate switch in order to operate them. That means using a single switch all the appliances can be worked simultaneously. At a time all the appliances will work. For all the appliances we do not have to use the separate switches and the separate fuses and the separate anything. So in a single circuit using a single switch we can use large number of appliances together. That is the main benefit of the circuit in series. Suppose there is a program, there is a function and there is the 50 or 100 or 200 or 500 fans. So 500, if we have the 500 fans, so under that situation if they are connected separately, so we will have the 500 switches, and in order to turn them on and off we will have to switch on and switch off 500 switches. That is a difficult task. So under that situation if we connect them in a series or if we connect them in a 2 or 3 series, so under that situation at a particular place we will have to use only 2 or 3 switches in order to regulate the 500 fans. But if we connect it separately, in that case we will have to use 500 switches. That is a difficult task, and so we will have to make a setup of 500 switches, then we will have to operate it separately. So that is a difficult task. So under that situation we connect it in a circuit. So whenever large number of appliances are needed to be worked together, so under that situation circuit in series is advantageous. One main disadvantage, so large number of appliances can be used together simultaneously using a particular switch only. Okay, that is the main advantage of the circuit in series. And the disadvantage, so there are disadvantage also. What are the disadvantage? First thing, if at a particular place if the circuit goes out of order, if one appliances goes out of order, if at a particular place circuit goes out of order, all the appliances will go out of order. That means all the appliances will stop working. So if circuit become faulty at any of the places, suppose at this point circuit has become faulty, that means all the appliances will stop working. So for a small fault, suppose we have connected 500 appliances, so 500 appliances will stop working. So this is the situation, this is the connection. So circuit in series, the advantage and the disadvantage. So advantage is large number of appliances, and disadvantage, if at one place the circuit goes out of order, all the appliances will go out of order. That means it will stop working. That is the main disadvantage of the circuit in series. Again, coming to the circuit in parallel, when for each and every appliances we have a particular circuit, we have a separate circuit. Suppose we have this one is a circuit for fan, this one is a circuit for bulb, and this one is circuit for heater. Suppose bulb, fan, bulb and the heater. So whenever we have a separate circuit for each and every appliances, that is said to be the circuit in parallel. For every appliances we will have a separate circuit. So the circuit that we use in our home, so that circuit is said to be circuit in parallel. So for and at our home we will have a separate switch for fan, separate switch for bulb, separate switch for our mixture, geyser and anything for fridge. So we have a separate connection. So whenever this type of connection is made, this type of circuit is made, that is said to be circuit in parallel. So each and every appliances have their own circuit. So if one appliances go out of order, other will remain continue working. It will not affect the functioning of the other devices. So circuit in series and the circuit in parallel, I think electrical circuit, I think you have understood. So electrical circuit, about the electrical circuit, this one. So in the next video we will do more about the electric current.